Madam Speaker, the Honourable Prime Minister, Leader of the Opposition and respected members of Parliament, let me begin by thanking His Excellency the President for his address at the opening of this session. I share his commitment and vision for our young people in particular, and will do my part to help realize the lofty goals that he set out. I also would like to applaud His Excellency on his personal commitment to combating the spread of NCDs in Fiji, as this is a goal that I personally hold dear to my heart and that is deeply ingrained in the work of my ministry. The past 2 years have been active on both the youth and sports front. The Honourable Minister will outline many of our achievements and plans for the next 2 years when he addresses the House later this week. I'm honoured to serve this country in this portfolio, to travel around supporting our youth as they overcome challenges to achieve great things and contribute to moving Fiji forward. At this juncture, I would like to thank the government and every Fijian, especially the sporting community, for their immense contributions towards sporting development in Fiji. This year has been a successful sporting year for Fiji, with many Fijian sportsmen and women participating not only in international events abroad, but also in numerous events hosted right here at home. Madam Speaker, I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the Fiji National Sports Commission, the Fiji Sports Council for their support and outstanding organizational assistance that has boosted Fiji's ability to host internationally recognized and sanctioned tournaments, supported by my ministry. Through government support and prudent management, Fiji has indeed established itself as the sporting hub of the Pacific. Madam Speaker, this year alone, we have hosted the Oceania Volleyball Championships and Oceania Weightlifting Championships in May, the Oceania Swimming Championships held in June, and the Super Rugby match between the Chiefs and the Crusaders in July. Next month, Fiji will again host the Fiji International Golf Tournament in Natandola, the third year of our 5-year agreement. Later this year, we will again host the Under-18 Oceania Basketball Championships, a world-sanctioned and qualifying tournament for the Under-19 World Championships to be held in Egypt and Italy next year. Madam Speaker, our gold medal win in the 2016 Summer Olympic Games in Rio was a significant return on government's investment in our ruggers and a true testament to our ongoing collaborative work with all of our stakeholders and sporting federation in Fiji. We created history by winning the first ever sevens rugby gold medal and instantly became an online hit as searches for Fiji reached record popularity. This has proven to us and the rest of the world what we in Fiji already know, that Fiji's sporting brand is marketable internationally, and every penny spent by government towards sports development locally and internationally will surely have immense benefits for our economy. Madam Speaker, allow me to elaborate on government support through the Fiji National Sports Commission for the disabled and special needs community. Madam Speaker, no government in our history has done more to give people living with disabilities greater access to opportunities than this government. I'm extremely proud to see the amount of effort and resources that have been set aside to place people living with disabilities into the mainstream of society. I can tell you, as a disabled person, that never before has such focused mainstreaming taken place, not only in the arena of sports, but across every level of socio-economic development. It is always great to see disabled people pursuing their passions, regardless of whatever challenges they face in life. And we saw that happen again with students Naomi Lewakite's inspiring reading of our Constitution in Braille. This government understands that every step we take forward as a nation must be a step taken together. And Naomi's performance was an epitome of the kind of opportunities that an inclusive, equitable environment can help create for our young people. Last year, the Commission helped to fund Fiji's first ever participation at the Special Olympic World Games in Los Angeles, an event initiated by the Kennedy Shriver Foundation in the 1970s for athletes with intellectual impairments. Fiji sent 6 athletes and returned with 8 medals, including 4 gold medals. The Commission also provided funding to Paralympic Fiji to host its 2015 National Games in Suva, and funded 2 of our para-athletes travel to the Australian National Para-Table Tennis Cup earlier this year as part of their preparation for the Rio Paralympic Games, which finished just over a week ago. The Commission also supported Fiji's participation in the 2014 Pan-Pacific Games for the Deaf, and will support our deaf athletes' participation in this year's Australian Deaf Games, a qualifier for Deaf Olympics in 2017. In the same way we mainstream those living with disabilities, we must also ensure that none of our young people are left behind from sports outreach, irrespective of their ethnicity, religion, or geographical location. Because every boy and girl in Fiji can up their participation in athletic activities and enjoy the benefits of a more active lifestyle. So in the upcoming year, we will redouble our efforts to engage with all of our communities, with inclusion at the top of the priority list. Madam Speaker, the Commission has continued to conduct coaching clinics and basic sports awareness programs in rural and urban communities around Fiji. This year, the Commission established a fitness leader program that identifies leaders in villages who are trained to conduct fitness and physical activity programs in their community in an effort to help combat non-communicable diseases. To date, 67 fitness leaders have been trained and appointed to villages in Maduata, Dakonrobe, Bua, Namosi, Serua, and Nandoa. Madam Speaker, I am delighted that my ministry is working closely with the Ministry of Education, Heritage and Arts to ensure that physical education is a key lesson taught to our children. We recognize the need to ensure that there are proper physical education lessons offered so that our children are able to develop athletic skills and keep themselves fit. Through physical education and sport, we also learn how to win and lose graciously, how to play as a team, how to recognize our strengths and weaknesses, and how to focus. There is no doubt that we have immense talent in our country, but we need to harness that and instill a sense of discipline. Having been an elite athlete and hoping to be one again, I can describe firsthand the sacrifice that need to be made in order to achieve and represent Fiji well. With support from the Ministry of Women, Children and Poverty Alleviation, we are working to provide physical education in our special schools. And for those children with impairments in mainstream schools, it is through such teamwork that we will create more opportunities for our disabled community and promote inclusive society rooted in equality. Madam Speaker, the Fiji Sports Awards Committee has recognized the contributions of 2 people involved in sport for the disabled at this year's ceremony. Molly Esther of Special Olympics Fiji was awarded the prestigious 2015 Fiji Ted Lotto Sportswoman of the Year Award. The second Special Olympics Administrator, Mr. Biswa Nadan Sidao, was recognized as a Sports Administrator of the Year. This is indeed a boost for Special Olympics and Disabled Sports Federation throughout the country. Government and the Ministry will continue to foster an environment for disabled members of our community to excel in sports and other areas in life. We are investigating the possibility of hosting the 2017 Pacific Special Olympics, a first for the region and Fiji. If we do this, Fiji will yet again make history and become a champion for disabled athletes in the region. Madam Speaker, I just recently returned from the Summer Paralympic Games in Rio, and I thank the government again for its support towards our Paralympians. I became Fiji's first minister to be given the honor to present medals at the Paralympic Games. And I was humbled to represent Fiji and put our country in the spotlight in front of an estimated audience of 4 billion people over the 11 days of competition. One of the ways to acknowledge the value and achievements of people living with disabilities is through increased media coverage. And I hope soon to see and read about our disabled athletes' achievements on a regular basis, including at the Paralympics, Deaf Olympics, and Special Olympic Games. This is a challenge put to our media houses in Fiji, because it is what our athletes deserve as we work to change the public's perceptions of our disabled community. Madam Speaker, we support the need to combat our NCD problem head-on and use sport as a socio-economic advancement tool that promotes national unity. To do this, we need a strategy to ensure the new schools include a multi-purpose facility as part of the initial design, and that an appropriate space is allocated for this. We should ensure adequate equipment is available for both new and current schools. We need to put proper sporting facilities in every school, and my ministry is working closely with the Ministry of Education to do so. These facilities should also be made available to the community, including those living with disabilities, so that we can keep entire communities active and give our young people a constructive avenue outside of school hours. Madam Speaker, we need to develop more creative ways to leverage the power of sport to ensure that the private sector supports our talented athletes if we want to build upon our international success. To date, we have provided a tax rebate of 150% in some instances, and the private sector is looking for further increases. However, the marketing benefits derived by sponsors should contribute to a real public-private partnership developed for the benefit of our athletes. Perhaps a more realistic incentive approach can be sought through discussion and debate. And my ministry will be reaching out to sports organizations and the private sectors to move this forward. Sport can and thus contribute to the economy through the construction of facilities, the selling of merchandise, providing employment opportunities, and bringing in flows of income during the hosting of events. With increased economic development through sports and physical activity, we can foster the inclusion of marginalized groups, improve our health, and cement our national identity. My ministry, alongside the Sports Commission, Fiji Sports Council, other sporting organizations and other ministries, form a powerful team that can harness the power of sport for the benefit of our nation. We have our work cut out for us as we reinforce the success of our sevens team and expand what we have learned to other sports and professions. We have to defend our world title next year and Olympic titles in 4 years' time. I can attest to the fact that time will pass quickly. So we have to match the pace and begin preparation. We have no time to lose. To conclude, the ministry recognizes sport as a key contributor to the economic growth, social inclusion, and national unity. With a rise in the number of Fijians affected by NCDs, the promotion of sports and athletic activity is more important than ever. And I hope to see our gold medal win inspire many of our young people to become more active and adopt healthier lifestyle. Of course, sports is also a major industry with the potential of generating huge revenues and employment opportunities for athletes. Madam Speaker, allow me to conclude by reaffirming my belief that sports are an extremely effective development tool that creates pathway for our young people to secure the future and the future of our country. As stated by His Excellency, it is our duty to provide young Fijians with every opportunity to have prosperous and satisfying futures, and that is a responsibility my ministry will strive every day to meet in our level, and God bless.